Hello, welcome to another Tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and welcome as well to day 21 of the Past Masters series. Well, the one I'm doing today is a painting after Leon Richet, and it's called Foret de Fontainebleau. Actually has a much longer title. I've had to shorten it though, because not all that's going to fit in YouTube's only giving you 200 some characters for your titles. So it's a bit stuffier than a lot of things I normally do. Ended up being a pretty good amount of work as well. Just a lot of kind of details, a lot of like stuff that I tend to avoid in my painting, but I'm real happy with the way it turned out, and I'm a big fan of Leon Richet, and he was a Barbizon guy, one of the lesser knowns, but that's not hard, since I think the only ones that are really well known are Millet and Corot. Those are the two guys that are quite well known from the Barbizon period, at least these days in the modern era. But Leon Richet was absolutely great painter. I've made several studies after his stuff, at least two. I'm saying several, that would imply three or more. But no, it's been at least two, and they were all really awesome paintings. He's a really good painter. You might have noticed that I'm lagging. I'm lagging here. This is my Monday, and I'm just now getting down to recording this, and my excuse is that I had things to take care of around the house, and I'm getting quite involved with some people on my musical projects as well, so that's impacted my time, but I will keep the videos coming, don't worry. I will keep it going, and it may not be 5 a week, it might only be 2 a week, but I'll keep them going. Don't you fret. I've got way too much material that I've videoed, and it's got to get out there. The world needs to see it, right? Like I said, though, today's Monday. I was day off yesterday, doing a lot of things around the house, and I've been in the studio today. I did a bit of liquiding over the top of some of these past masters, and drat, definitely, it was a Dupree study. I was laying that liquid over the top, and what do you know, the paint starts running. It wasn't quite dry enough, which I hate when that happens. I've been so careful, but I guess best laid plans of mice and men. The damage was not too severe, so I'll be able to fix it up in the second pass. Not a problem. But yeah, I hate when that happens, so be careful if you do that. And I'm not convinced the liquiding I do in between my layers is best practices. I think it creates a pretty rough and tough and ready paint film. However, it doesn't take the place of varnish. Ideally the paintings would be varnished as well, although some of them aren't, most of them aren't, and I've explained the reason for that on this channel before. It's like I'm too revision oriented to do that, and if I do a revision on top of something that's been varnished, well, it'll wipe right away down the road. So conservators of the future, I apologize for what I'm doing, but I do think that the paintings will make it through time, and let's face it, that's probably one of the main reasons that we do art, is to have something that carries forward in time when we are not here, which is, it's actually three prongs going on there. One is the painting itself, which is an object that moves through time. Right now we're moving through time together, but the painting, with any luck, unless there's a fire, will last longer than I do. Paintings have a longer lifetime than humans. They can go for 500,000 years. In the right conditions, they can be, preserved almost indefinitely, I'm sure. Then there's the video, which is recording the step-by-step process by which the painting was created. That is a linear affair. The painting itself was created in a linear fashion, but once it's been created, it's no longer a linear object. It's just an object, and it's not done actually with all the things that are going to go to it. It's going to be exposed to the elements and dirt and grime and who knows what else. God, I hope that they, not exposed to too much, but it's going to keep changing and morphing and modifying through time, as we all do. Just maybe not as rapidly as human beings do. Anyway, that reminds me, one of our subscribers on the channel here sent me a wonderful email, and thank you so much. I won't get into names, but pointing me to an article which is correcting one of the misconceptions that I've been guilty of promulgating, that lead and cadmium cannot coexist in an oil-based painting. The problems that I've outlined in the past with cadmiums and lead is that they can go black, but it turns out that this is primarily with water-based media, and it's not a problem with oil. The oil itself will keep this from occurring. So if you really love cadmium and you really want to use lead white, go for it. As a matter of fact, reading this article, I wasn't even aware that ultramarine blue is also one of these sulfur-based colors, and supposedly isn't supposed to be used with lead white, but artists have been doing that for a long time, and those paintings are fine. So if you like ultramarine blue, you like cadmium yellow, red, or orange, and you like lead white, keep using them. As I imparted on the channel here, I use lead white, but I don't use straight lead white. I find that it's not quite opaque enough, and then of course the titanium white is too opaque and gives you this chalky quality. So my compromise solution, which I've been doing for my gosh 6-7 years now, is I do a mix of about 50-50 lead white with titanium white, and this gives me a really good paint film, and it gives me sort of the best of both. It's a bit yielding, it's not chalky, and yet it has the opacity where I need it. Now you could use just straight up lead white, but like I say, when I was attempting to do that, I found I was struggling a bit to get the opacity and the coverage that I was after. Now I will say though that it's very, very difficult to get some of these these sort of old master looks if you are not using lead white. Lead white is the king of paints. It's a very important paint, and it's very important to the composition of the paint film as well. This same article was mentioning that. If I can find it, I will try and put a link to that article in the description. That would be a good thing to do, and I will definitely try and do it. If I for some reason forget, just search lead white, cadmium yellow, together in Google and see what you get. Anyway, getting pretty close to the end here. New subscribers, you guys are great. Thank you for subscribing, and old subscribers, you guys are awesome too. Thank you for sticking around and watching these videos. Hopefully you're getting something out of it. If you ever have a question or anything, you can ask me questions in the comments. Some people have been taking advantage of that. I did mention that I was going to do a glazing video coming up, and I'm gonna get to it. Unfortunately, my wife's working on her master's and hasn't been able to break away to film it, but it will happen at some point in the future. Just hold your breath, okay? Anyway, I'll be back real soon with another video. Meanwhile, please take good care and stay out of trouble.